your game predictions.
All right. Well, we are reaching that point in the show. We're going to wind it down. Got a nice game coming up on Sunday. Let's talk about our game predictions. We will start with Miss Holly Phelps. What do you see happening this week?
Well, that secondary for the Lions is pretty spongy, especially with only one really serviceable corner in Chris Houston. So I see the Packers scoring, we'll say 31. But just like they did in Week 4, I do see the Lions scoring more points than Dom Capers would like. I don't think they're going to, be enough to beat the Packers by any stretch, but I do see them getting to 23. So 31-23 is my prediction.
All right. It's Holly Phelps from the Other 31 and BrentFavre.com. Thank you very much. John Rehor from GreenBayPackerNation.com. How do you see this game going?
Well, I already kind of stated my case. I think it's going to be a little bit closer than people expect. I do expect the Packers are going to win. I have changed my prediction by 1 point because Holly actually took mine. I'm going to go Packers 31, Lions 24. I think that they will score a little bit more. Hopefully Woodson is able to play and go 100%. I think that will help the defense tremendously. Let's see what happens, but I see a win.
All right. Next up around the table, Jayme Joers of the Packer Lounge at Cheesehead TV and BrentFavre.com. How do you see this one going?
Well, this is actually pretty funny because Zach didn't have a bigger spread than me. He actually had my prediction.
Oh.
And I have it written down. So I'm going to go with Zach, 34-13. It was my first prediction. I usually kind of waver between some, but I'm sticking with it. I think that Detroit does have some weapons and people like Calvin Johnson, but I believe in our defense being able to stop that. And with, like Holly said, with Detroit secondary, it's 34-13.
All right. Next up from Jersey Owls, allgreenbaypackers.com, Jersey Owl Bracco. How do you see this game going?
Well, 34 seems to be the favorite number tonight because that's what I'm seeing for the Packers as well. But I'm going to give the Lions a little bit more credit. I'm going to give them 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals. So I'm going to go 34-20. I think it'll be similar to last week where, things are a little bit nervous at the beginning, the first quarter and a half, and then eventually the Packers will break out. But I do think that the Lions will score at least 2 touchdowns.
All right. Michael Schottey, Bleacher Report and Blue and Silver Pride. How do you see this game turning out?
All these score predictions, you guys think this game is being played in the tundra. This is Detroit. Everything's a little faster and a little more bleak. It's going to be 35 Packers, 28 Lions. And
Ooh.
A late defensive collapse that is going to win it for those Packers.
All right. Well, I will stick in my game prediction here. I'm just from observing the Packers over the past couple of years. They can have a bad game against a not that great a team, but the common denominator seems to be when they're playing against a team that has a decent quarterback. Example, last year Brett Favre was having a very good year. Packers couldn't beat him. This year he stinks. The Packers were able to beat him. I just see the Packers. I see the Lions and the Packers staying close probably first half, but I really think because of that quarterback situation, Drew Stanton's really not going to be able to compete against the blitzes that the Packers are going to send. I'm going to say 45-17. I really think the Packers, I think they're going to really pull away in the fourth quarter, and I think some of that mental lapses that the Lions have had, they're just going to get discouraged in it. It probably won't be pretty to watch, but that's how I see it going.
Wow.
Yeah, I am shocked.
Well, I never said I was a pessimist. I'm a realist, and that's how I That's how I really see
I
it
think
going
he
this week.
figures it's time for the Packers to get another coach fired, maybe. So
That could be. Could possibly happen.